life of difficulty would be an understatement for 23-year-old Jimbo Balingkit. Being impoverished since birth, Jimbo's well-being had always been at risk.
Nung nag-aaral po ako nung third year, high school, mahina po yung resistensya ko. Puyat pa kasi kailangan mo makapasa sa pag-aaral. Then, sa pagkain, mababa po yung sustansya na nakuha namin.
Due to poor living conditions, Jimbo's health rapidly deteriorated. Unable to keep his resistance and condition up, Jimbo then unknowingly had been ailing with tuberculosis at just the tender age of 16.
Napansin nga nila na parang kapos ako lagi sa hininga, tapos parang wala akong gana kumain kasi linalagnat nga ako araw-araw. Tapos hinihingal. Halos lahat ng may kita mo sa isang taong may TB, may kita mo sa itsura ko nun.
TB ay cause ng Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So it is a chronic disease and ang kanyang mga signs and symptoms usually ay cough of more than 2 weeks, back pains, meron kang loss of weight, fever, yung iyong dura ay merong bahid ng dugo. Ang mode of transmission ay malalanghap mo yung bacteria. Once na bumaba yung immune system mo, mag-activate yung TB bacilli.
With no access to proper health facilities at that time, Jimbo's misdiagnosis certainly did not help as this worsened his condition further.
Nag-massive bleeding na ako. Sobrang dami ng dugo. Hanggang sa natakot na po ako nun. Kasi yung finding sa akin ng doktor sa probinsya, acute gastritis. Yung sakit ng manginginom, hindi naman po ako uminom ng alak.
Jimbo then sought to get a second opinion in Manila. The doctor's prognosis, drug-resistant tuberculosis.
Automatic po, nag-positive po ako sa drug-resistant TB. Nawindang po ako nun kasi yung mga possible side effects parang ang bibigat.
So bakit naging resistant? Maraming factors. Start ka ng treatment, hindi mo siya talagang finalo na 6 months treatment regimen yon. Ginawa mo, nag-stop ka, or pinipili mo lang kung anong gamot yung iniinom mo. Yung bacilli, instead na tuluyan na namatay, nawi-weaken lang siya. Habang hindi ka umiinom ng gamot, lumalakas siya ulit. So, nagiging resistant na siya. Or yung TB bacilli na pumasok sa iyong katawan ay resistant na kaagad.
Aside from the symptoms, Jimbo also feared being ostracized because of his condition.
Kasi iniisip ko nun, ano sabihin sa akin ng tao. Pag nalaman ng mga tao na may TB ka, automatic separated ka sa community. Namatay po yung nanay ko sa TB rin. Ang bata-bata ko pa para magkaroon ng TB.
Tuberculosis remains a major health concern in the Philippines and is the 6th leading cause of death in the country, with at least 63 Filipinos dying from the disease each day. In 2015 alone, an estimated 14,000 deaths were reported, with 324,000 new cases tallied the same year.
Maraming factors, no, bakit problema pa rin yung TB sa atin. So, meron tayong tinatawag na social determinants. Kung poor ka, di ba, meron kang poor access sa mga services, and baka hindi ka rin eligible, so yung chance mo to seek ng consultation ay less. Kasi hindi mo alam na yung kapag inuubo ka pala ng more than 2 weeks, ay baka TB na to. Isa pa, malnourished ka, nabigyan ka na nga ng gamot, pero yung nutrition mo ay hindi maganda.
Treatment and medication were burdens for Jimbo, and dealing with the adverse side effects made things even worse.
Noong unang buwan, nung nakita ko yung dosage ng gamot, napakadami. Ang hirap siya i-take. Kasi lalo na yung psychosis. Imbis na isa lang yung iniisip mo, ang dami. Sa injection naman. Nung narinig ko yung unang-unang ugong sa tenga ko, nawindang po ako kasi para akong yung sumisid sa dagat, sa injection. Sobrang hirap.
But no matter how difficult the ordeal, Jimbo chose to soldier on and continue with his medication. Keeping the welfare of his family in mind and using it as his source of strength and inspiration to fight through his condition.
Iniisip ko po kasi, yung pamilya ko. Panganay po ako eh. Yung tatay ko po nakulong. Yung nanay ko namatay po sa sakit na to. Tapos, ako na lang po yung natatanging sandalan ng mga kapatid ko. Kung mawawala pa po ako, paano po yung tatlong kapatid?
The management of drug-resistant TB is very challenging just because detecting cases, finding them, and treating them is complicated.
PBSP believes in the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly that making sure that every Filipino, every family has good health and good well-being.
To address the continuing concern of tuberculosis in the country, the Department of Health aims to reduce the prevalence, incidence, and mortality of TB through their National Tuberculosis Control Program. This specific project aims to eventually eliminate the disease in the country by 2035. But aside from TB, there is still a magnitude of health cases that need to be addressed in the country. And given the disparity and gap within the local healthcare system, the road to a TB-free Philippines still has a lot of speed bumps to go over. To help turn this goal into reality, a partnership between the Department of Health, the PBSP or Philippine Business for Social Progress, Global Fund, and the private sector was formed with a focus on improving the lives of TB patients.
PBSP helps in increasing the access to affordable health care. PBSP believes in the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly that making sure that every Filipino, every family has good health and good well-being. We want to be able to improve everyone's access to health services, and we want to be able to improve the quality of health service delivery.
To further improve the treatment of TB cases in the country, the partnership deemed it critical that TB patients must have access to well-equipped facilities, particularly to medical equipment that can give early and accurate detection of the disease, particularly the drug-resistant cases.
The management of drug-resistant TB is very challenging just because detecting cases, finding them, and treating them is complicated. The strategy is to ensure that all healthcare providers from both public and private sector be capacitated to learn how to detect and manage patients suffering from drug resistance.
Detection of drug-resistant TB cases can take from 6 to 8 weeks, a time frame that is both mentally exhausting and physically taxing to a patient. So to help solve this problem, the PBSP partnered with a medical diagnostic products distributor to provide quick and accurate diagnosis of TB.
Macare is a member company of PBSP. They are the sole provider of a molecular diagnostic tool from Cepheid, which is called the GeneXpert. They are actually the ones who are supplying us with the machines, which enables us to detect faster, more specifically, tuberculosis.
Through the use of GeneXpert, partner medical facilities can now diagnose a patient with a drug-resistant case in just a matter of 2 hours.
We believe that this is really a very innovative product. If you are able to do it rapidly, then you are able to help the doctors to do the correct treatment without worrying that the patient may even spend so much money.
As of 2016, there are 190 GeneXpert sites in the country, with more than 5,000 cases of drug-resistant TB detected, diagnosed, and notified. More than 65,000 cases of presumptive drug-resistant TB cases were also screened.
I joined PBSP primarily because there is integrity in the way they do it. We want to be country's premier medical devices supplier for preventing or stopping unnecessary death because of diseases by providing innovative products.
Multiple drug-resistant TB remains a continuing concern in the health sector's fight against the illness. Aside from private companies, private hospitals, like the one here in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, partnered with the PBSP to address the specific challenge of decreasing the number of MDR-TB patients through the implementation of programmatic management of drug-resistant TB.
When we started PMDT in 2011, that was really the question of the board. What are we gaining from this? Everything was provided by PBSP. However, the prime space was the counterpart of the hospital. Letting go of a prime space is a big loss to the corporation. Negros Occidental has a very high burden of the disease, and we consider the TB program as the corporate social responsibility of the hospital. When they saw the numbers of how much we've been treating patients and declaring somebody cured or completed their treatment is something that for them is a return of investment already.
Consultations and medicine are free of charge, just like in public hospitals, and a full-service experience from a private hospital. This can ease the burden of MDR-TB patients' treatment.
Focus ng Global Fund is multiple drug-resistant TB, looking for missing cases, yung andun sa mga geographically isolated and disadvantaged age group. The Global Fund is also helping us bring in new technologies to help us improve detecting cases.
But aside from helping patients, the private company and DOH also benefit from this inclusive and sustainable business partnership approach of the PBSP.
What the PBSP is getting, or the Department of Health, is the compassionate pricing. To give you an example, the machine for commercial will cost you no less than 4 million pesos, but PBSP is getting it for $17,000 US. You convert it to peso, that's just 25% of the commercial price.
It's important. Sila yung nagpo-provide ng guidance sa amin na how do we sustain, how do we ensure na talagang nandyan pa rin yung ating partners to help control or for us to eliminate tuberculosis.
It's very difficult to implement government programs in the private level. The culture is very much different. How we implement things are quite different. Looking at the results afterward, that's a good return of investment for private hospitals. In a sense na you don't earn money, it's also a profile-raising initiative. At the same time, a very strong corporate social responsibility for your corporation.
Now a former drug-resistant TB patient, Jimbo could not help but agree about the role of technology and its importance in addressing TB cases, as it was through the use of GeneXpert that he was finally given the correct diagnosis, giving him a chance to take the right course of medication and treatment for his former condition.
Tulong po yung GeneX sa amin ng mga pasyente kasi ma-action na agad-agad yung problema.
With his victory over TB, Jimbo now devotes his time as a volunteer, helping ease other TB patients' ordeal by sharing and imparting to them positivity that they too can get through and win over their condition.
Lang porket tapos ka na sa gamutan, doon natitigil yung direksyon ng buhay mo. Hindi, marami ka pang magagawa. Kasi kami-kami lang rin magdadamayan eh.
A synergy born out of a greater purpose of addressing societal gaps and barriers. The struggle is never easy, but through the programs implemented through the partnership of the business sector, government, and NGOs, those who truly need it can now easily access development and change like health services.
The role of PBSP is really to bridge the world between business and development, because we look at how business can contribute to development and how development can contribute to the overall business climate. We have assisted more than 17,000 patients and enrolled them into the program. And we have also helped in creating close to 270 centers all over the Philippines that help in the detection of patients and enrolling them and making sure that they get the free treatment that they deserve.
Feel like a master with Ogawa's latest massage chair, the Ogawa ThermoCare Massage Chair. Enjoy an ultimate massage experience with its Master Drive Navigator.
Every component in the Ogawa Master Drive is optimized for performance through human-like full-body massages.
4D thermo rollers for a genuine massage feel.
Ogawa Master Drive is the only massage chair whereby the heat function is dispersed from the massage rollers itself.
Its high-performance ARM processor can also accurately adjust massages to your command.
For massages that hit all the right spots with the right power.
The Ogawa ThermoCare Massage Chair also has 22 massage programs and 500 customizable options.
The best part of it is you can then set your massage to focus on specific areas. Treat your knees to some much-needed care with 3D Knee M+ Therapy, the chair that massages even your knees.
Pamper yourself with the Ogawa Master Drive, the only massage chair that offers the most human-like massage experience.